So I'm Derek. This is 4 in Tune. This is my Ram. And this is just going to be a video on how to take off and put back on your alternator, so it shouldn't take very long. I will show you why I'm doing it. My alternator currently is a year and a half old and 7 months. 7,000 miles, I'm sorry. So, and this is what happened to me yesterday. So I'm getting 11 volts, battery lights on. Check engine light is my knock sensor, so that's got to get replaced too. I think it's my downstream. So I'm going to do an alternator test on the King Bolin. And let's see what happens. All right, test complete. Alternator test run, failed. End the session. Okay. We'll go OBD. Okay, we're gonna go read live data. Which one do we want to look at? Where's bat? No. So I'm getting 11.8 here. That's correlating. Let's go back. Hold on. What else can we find in here? Come on, what are we doing? We had ppm yesterday. Doing a full system scan. Let's go see battery, maybe. Voltage, no. Read data stream. Voltage. Okay. Oh yeah. She's been dropping slowly because it started at 11.8. It was 12.1 when I turned the ignition on. Now we're 11.75. All right. Not there's anything wrong with my scanner, but yeah, see, she's even lower out here. We'll check the other battery, which, why not? You know, can't hurt. Yep, at least both batteries are getting the same signal. That's positive. So that alternator comes out. Once again, air box out, connector. When you get the box up, connector is going to be under here. Don't pull too far, you'll just rip the harness. Bolt here. Paper towel there. Make sure you don't tear the foam here. And finagle, work it. It's going to get caught on this a little bit. Just be gentle. And of course that, air box out. I'll show you what I'm looking at. I'm going to use a ratcheting wrench, it's easier. You got this bolt and that bolt. And I took both of the other bolts off of here. There's one up here, and there's one right up there. And that whole bracket will come down, and that way you don't have to fight with anything under here at all. And that's underneath the front of the engine, obviously. Front of the truck, straight out. I'm going to be really lazy and not want to fight with things, so I'm just going to take this whole bracket off, and it's just, I think, 2 screws. Yeah, 2 bolts will hold that bracket on. And I'll loosen this one, and there's just a couple of bolts right back up in here that mount this bracket to the front of the engine. And then this whole thing is wiggly wobbly and out of the way. And the bolt for this bracket is, where is it? Yeah, difficult to see, I guess, but right there. And then the nut goes above it, that guy goes right above that. You can feel it, but you can't see it. And maybe you can, yeah, there it is. There's the stud for it. So, bolt, stud for nut. Easy, right? And there's the top one. So that whole bracket is wiggly wobbly now. It is still held in because you've got that on it, but I'm just going to move it out of the way enough so I can get to these bolts and the ones underneath, and it gives you much more wrist room to get in here to the front of the motor. And that really only takes 5 minutes to save yourself a shit ton of frustration. And my 3/8 actually went in and did the job, rotated it up and got that tensioner freed up. That was pretty nice, actually. Paying for itself every day. All right, so now, I don't remember what I did, but I think there's a bolt under here and a bolt up here, and then the connections on the back, and I think the alternator comes right out. All right, top bolt, bottom bolt off, disconnected. Now, patience. There you go. One newish alternator, which doesn't seem to be working. So off to AutoZone. You go. Come on. You want to drive? You can drive. Okay, airbox back in. I still gotta tie that. Connected, or down there, that one, connected. That's tight. The 3 bolts in here, or 2 bolts and then the 1 nut are tight. And the middle nut, all that does is hold a small bracket in place, which latches on the wiring harness that runs underneath there. So yeah, make sure you get that out. Then over on this side, bracket back on, nut tight, 2 bolts down there holding the bracket to the blocker tight. And that's everything on this side. I am right now leaving all of that stuff off. That's the bottom fan shroud bracket, 2 nuts, 2 bolts. This thing is back on and snug, in place, locked down, batteries reconnected. See, light's not even on. So alternator's in, this is tight, the bottom one is tight. The connector, I even zip tied it in to make sure it was good. I reconnected the ground to the, I forgot what the thing's called already. Anyway, the ground is reconnected to not the relay, but the whatever, it's connected. And then the plug is what I zip tied into the alternator, and the brass nut with the main line going to the alternator is also connected and snugged up nicely. So everything is ready to go to see if she'll fire. I'm not going to do it today. I don't want to know the answer today. I'm going to go back to the house, go take a nap. Okay, new day. Let's see if what I did yesterday worked. All right, we're back. She's rolling. And I had that connected, and it's showing 14.2932. So I think I had a dirty connector somewhere, or something wasn't making full contact, and maybe the zip tie is holding it far enough in. I don't know. I mean, at least I know it's nothing beyond what I already got into. So I'm content. It seems to be working. And I cleared my knock sensor code to see if it's going to come back, and it looks like it works. I have a varying signal from 120 something at idle up to 1500 under full load. So it's working, but I think it just throws a code when I'm going downhill off gas, and it's still detecting soot or something. So there we go. Upstream knock sensor will probably be left, but for now, that's how you replace an alternator, even though I didn't have to replace an alternator. I'm Derek. This is 4 in Tune.